you guys, welcome back to my channel. So right now it is like 9 in the morning 9:30 because I woke up kind of late being here because she woke up at 3 in the morning and stayed up till 6 in the morning. Okay, she went to bed like I don't know what her problem is. She kept bothering me and I was getting real cranky. Okay, but yeah, I'm up now, but I thought I just want to do this video and tell you guys what because I know in my last video that I said that there's something happened in the beginning of this pregnancy, and so I just want to share my story and just to see if anybody went through the same thing I did, or yeah, because whew. But anyways, so for this pregnancy, I'm having a girl. I'm about to be 30 weeks in a couple of days, I think. Like 30 weeks pregnant. But my baby, she was a very big surprise. Okay, I did not know that I was pregnant. I had a feeling though because I wasn't getting my period. But it was like I missed my period for like one day, but then I'm like, I always get it like on the day, and then I never got it for like another day, I think. And I was like, and it was funny because me and my friend were gonna make tacos and drink. I was gonna make a michelada because it sounded good, and I bought all this stuff, and then I went to the register and I seen a pregnancy test like there. Like it was there, like someone was gonna take it, but I guess they took it back, and it was just like there, and it was like, I don't know, it was just like staring at me, I feel like. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna grab this test. And I was like, oh, I told the lady, can I grab that? And she's like, oh yeah. So I got the test. I thought it was gonna be negative, but I had a good feeling that it was going to be, I don't know, maybe I wanted it to be negative, but I felt like it was gonna be positive because that's just so weird. You know your body and stuff like that. And so I took it, and Sky was home, and he's like, and then I was like, I bought a pregnancy test, and he's like, okay. And then I just went to go take it, and then I was like, oh my gosh, like right away it showed up 2 lines saying that I'm pregnant. And then I was like, babe, like look, I'm pregnant. And yet again, he had no reaction. Sky doesn't have reactions to anything, you guys, except when he's pissed off. Okay, he has no reaction. He's just like, oh okay, like, what do you mean, oh okay, like what we gonna do, like what we gonna do? Because you know why, we aren't in the type of situation to have another baby. We already have 3 kids, and yes, maybe we should have been more safe or whatever, but that's his fault. Nah, it takes 2, but just him, that's just his fault. Okay, I blame him. Like, but anyways, yeah, we're not still in no position to have another kid. Like, we don't have, like, we're not in the best stable position and stuff like that. And like, we were just thinking about our other kids, and I started to get like mom guilt of like for Kira, because she's still very attached to me, and I'm just like what are we gonna do, you know what I mean? Like, so we actually there's a big thing happened. Okay, just something big happened. I'm not gonna say it because I don't want to say anything, but I don't want to say too much. But yeah, we were just accepted the fact that we were gonna have a baby. Well, yeah, something like that. We accepted the fact, or he accepted the fact, and we were just like, okay, we gotta do this. Like, you know what I mean? Like, a baby is a blessing to everyone. Whoever gets babies are blessed. God gifts you with it. So yeah, I mean, at the time when we found out, we were really stressed out because, you guys, we don't have, luckily we have parents that help us and support us, you know, thank gosh. But like, yeah, we're not in any position sometimes to have another baby, but I know that we will get through it and stuff like that. But anywho, so that happened, and then so I started going to my doctor and stuff like that, and I had my first ultrasound at um I had my first ultrasound with like the fetal diagnostic center, and that's the one, and that's when they check behind a baby's brain, and then so when I go in there, I don't remember doing this for Kira. I thought they just give you an ultrasound to check the baby's brain and stuff and whatever, see if everything's good. But then there's this girl there, the nurse that brought me in there, she's like, oh, so we have this blood test that lets you know like more about your genetics, and it's like 99% accurate or something accurate, I don't know. It's some blood test that you didn't have to take, but you should take it, like you didn't have to. But I was like, oh, I don't want to take, like, they're gonna tell me, I was thinking like they're gonna tell me about it already, so why would I have to take another blood test, like, you know what I mean? But I was like, but the thing is, I was thinking I don't want to get poked, like I don't like needles and stuff like that. But then she's like, oh, okay. But then the doctor that checks after the ultrasound, that tells you stuff about your ultrasound, because like there's a doctor that does whatever to your belly, and then you have another doctor that comes in and they tell you with the update on what's up with your baby. And so he was telling me like, oh, you should really get it, like you should, I think you should get it, like I guess he recommends it, like. And I was like, okay, I'll just get it. I didn't want to get it also because I was in my first trimester and I was feeling really sick, and I drove, and I feel like to faint sometimes, so I was just like, fuck, I don't want to get blood drawn and I faint, like, you know what I mean? But he said it's very little bit, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'll just do it. And then and so I did it, and yeah, and I wasn't thinking nothing of it. A couple of days passed by. I got a missed call, but Kira uses my phone all the time, so I didn't see it until I woke up from a nap, and it was like, or did I wake from a nap? I don't know. But I didn't see it. I didn't see this phone call till like 9 o'clock, and there was a voicemail, and I'm like, who? This is my doctor's office. Like, why did they call me? Like, and then it was like a message, like from, it's called a genetic counselor, and she was telling me, she left me a message. And this is 9 at night that I found out, okay? She goes, hi, Kiana, this is blah, blah, blah from the genetic, I'm a genetic counselor, and I just want to talk to you about your blood results that we got for baby. If you can please give me a call back. And you could already tell in her voice, like, something's wrong, like. And I've never got a call, and like, they're not gonna call you if there's something wrong, like. Okay, sorry if it's positioned different because I have to charge my phone. But anyways, you can already tell there's something wrong in her voice, like there's something wrong, and I'm like, and I get it at 9 o'clock at night, okay, you guys, I can't freaking call no one because they're closed. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, like this guy woke up because he had to go to work, and I was like, babe, like, they called me, like, saying something's wrong, like, I mean, they called me saying they found something in the blood test, like, blah, 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 and then he just gave me a look, no reaction again, no reaction, and, I mean, he looked worried, but he was, like, no reaction, and, like, I was texting him, like, I'm so stressed out, I can't sleep, like, I need to know what's wrong, and he's like, I know, well, I've been thinking about it too, let's just not think about it too much and stuff like that. And so I got a little bit of sleep, and right in the morning, right when they woke up, right when they freaking opened, 8 o'clock on the dot, I called and she answered, and I was like, thank gosh. And I was like, hi, this is Kiana, you guys called me about my blood test. And she's like, oh yeah, hi Kiana, and then she's like, do you have a moment to talk? And I was like, yeah. And she was telling me, so we looked at your blood test, and they're like, something about my blood cells or something, they were off and stuff like that. I'm not too sure. Sky knows more. That's why I wish you, I mean, you guys, when you explain that to me, especially like scientific and stuff like that, I don't understand. Like, I was like, because all I hear is the bad stuff. And it's like, what? But yeah, like she's telling me like my proteins were off or something about my blood cells or something like that when I took the test, and that my baby could have trisomy 18. And then she's like, do you know what that is? And I'm like, no, what is that? And she's like, and I was like, is that like Down syndrome or something? And she's like, well, it's actually some more severe case than Down syndrome. And I was like, and then she's like, yeah, usually like not a lot of babies make it with it or something like that. She's like, not a lot of babies make it, and she's like, yeah, by the look of your blood test, your baby could have trisomy 18. And I'm like, and at that moment, you guys, I was just like, I started crying. I was like, oh, that is so stressful. Like, that's so stressful. Like, my heart is set on having a baby. I don't even know the gender yet. My heart is set on it, and like, what? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was so stressful. Like, and she was just telling me like it's like nothing that you did or anything. It's just what happens when the egg meets the sperm or something like that, and like your chromosomes are supposed to split, but maybe two of mine stuck and stuff, so it created 18 chromosomes. That's why they call it trisomy 18. And oh, hi, oh, your hand. Pizza, please. Did you finish all your pizza?
Yeah, I know.
Why is your legs wet? I want to know that. But yeah. Wait, hold on, you guys. Let me wash her hands real quick. But where was I? Okay, so hey, don't kick that. Come on, so you can sit on my lap. But yeah. Okay, go in the bed. Go jump. Just don't make too much noise. But anyways, yeah, she told me that, and then like I was like just like in shock, and she's like like I don't know if she 1 in a million, but it's a very low % chance that your baby will make it after birth. That's what she's telling me.
Baby!
And it's, yeah, baby, okay, and it's very rare, trisomy 18. It is very rare. So I was like, of course the rarest thing would happen to me. I was like, oh. But after that, like, she's like, well, I can explain about it more. I can explain about it more. I was like, yeah, can you tell it so my boyfriend can hear it, because I'm not quite getting everything you guys are saying, so I need him to explain it to me, like, you know what I mean? But so yeah, so then when Sky got off work, we had like a webcam, and they were a thing, but yeah, they told me that. And you guys, when I freaking found out, I called my mom right away, and I was bawling, and then she started crying, and I was like, what? Like, they're like, does it run in the family? No, I've never had any type of thing, like. And then it's just like, I guess it's just a rare case, like, you know what I mean, like. And I was just like so stressed out. I was crying the whole week. I couldn't sleep and stuff like that. And like, I remember Sky telling me like, just don't think about it, you know. I don't know if he's the one who told me, just leave it into God's hands and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, yeah, you're right. So like, I kind of snapped out of it. But I remember you guys praying like the whole week. Oh, I prayed. So should we set up an appointment to check? Like, set up an appointment to check, and also, yeah. Okay. And also to get something called amnio. So that is when you could get another blood work, or you could get an amnio to really check if the baby has trisomy 18. You're messing up my thing, baby. Can you stop? How about you watch Blippi outside?
Yeah.
Okay, go. Love you. Have a kiss.
Bye.
Have a kiss. No, leave it open. I need to know what you're doing. But you can get another blood work. See? See? You can get another blood work. But it's like not like they're still. I mean, you can get another more blood work, but it's not like super accurate. And then you could get an amnio, which is where they put a needle in your stomach and they pull out the amnio fluid, and that is like 99.9% accurate, and that's what some people take. But when you get an amnio, you can it's risk for miscarriage, he told me. But then I was just like I guess I'm gonna take the amnio, like I need to know, like, you know what I mean. And then she was like, asked me like, what was your decision if the baby had, like, I don't know what my decision is. Okay, like, of course you guys, I wouldn't want to abort my baby, but and then she said the chances of the baby making it and they're just gonna be in the hospital the whole time, like, why would I have my baby suffer, like, you know what I mean, like, and I have, like, I'm thinking in my head, like, I have kids that know that I'm having a baby, and what I'm going to tell them, because they're excited, like, you know what I mean. Like, I feel like they're really excited for it, and I know Sophia is, and Kira, she's like, I don't know, she knows. This guy's like, yeah, he's excited, but not as, I think Sophia's the most excited because she understands the most, and it's someone new, like, you know what I mean. She likes, like, you know, when she's at that age, when you're, but then, like, yeah, I was just like, I'm not too sure, and then she's like, it's okay, we'll just figure this out first, and then yeah, and I was like, okay. So yeah, so back to the week. So it was like the appointment was like in a week and stuff. I was like, oh my gosh. So I actually made her change it, like, I asked if I could go sooner because I couldn't take it anymore, and she said I could just do it a day sooner. I was like, okay, whatever, that's fine. But I remember the whole week, you guys, like, when I was like crying and I kind of snapped out of it, I was crying, and like I would pray to God every day, like, you know, if this is what's supposed to happen and this is what he says is supposed to happen, then okay, like, I will take it, like, I will take it. God, if you say this is what's supposed to happen, I will take it, and I will learn and from it and be okay, and I will just look at this as experience that I've learned from and everything. And but I just hope it's not. But if you say that this is what is supposed to happen and it's not the right time to have a baby, then, and this is what my fate is, then okay, I'll take it. But I remember I'd pray to him like every day, telling him like telling him that, because I just wanted to humble myself, because you guys, I was so stressed out. I was like, it's not good for the baby to be stressed out. Like, my mom's like that. I'm like, I know, but how can you not stress about that? How can you not think of that? But like, yeah. And then I went to my appointment. They check first if they check you ultrasound first. Dude, I was there for like 3 hours, you guys. 3 hours, okay. So they check you first. They check the baby good to see if they see anything wrong. So they check the baby. You guys, she was so jumpy. And that's when I found out I was actually having a girl. I found out at 17 weeks I was having a girl because of that appointment. And it's funny because they say people with trisomy are 90% girls. So yeah, so I was having a girl. They told me I was having a girl, and I was like, oh my gosh, another girl. And then like they checked and they said, yeah, your baby seems good. And you guys, she was so jumpy, like so active in my stomach. Like every time I go to an ultrasound, she's so active, like super active. And like, so the doctor, the one that recommended the blood one, he came in, and because he's like the main doctor, and he's like, did you still want to do the amnio and stuff like that? I was like, well, should I do it? He's like, well, it's always good to know. And I was like, what about miscarriage? He's like, it's very low risk. They say miscarriage happens, but that is a very low chance of that happening. And what they do is they ultrasound the baby to make sure they don't poke it, and they poke it in an area where it's not, and just grab some fluid. And so he showed me the fluid, and he said the fluid color looks good. There's no blood or anything in there, and it just looks a little yellow. It's probably from the baby shishi and stuff like that. But yeah, so he said so there's a test of, there's something called FISH, which is a test result that's sooner, but that one isn't like the for sure. But that one, if it's usually good, then that means your baby doesn't have it. So, and the real results comes in 10 days. 10 days. Okay, I'm like, oh my gosh, here we go. Gotta wait another 2 weeks. Okay. But the FISH one comes in like within like 48 hours. I don't know. So, yeah, so that happened, and I was a little sore. It was like a little sore, like a little cramp, a little bit, but with the amnio, but it didn't really hurt at all, you guys. And then the FISH results came, and she called me and she said, so the FISH results look good. It doesn't look like anything happened. And I was like, oh my gosh. She's like, I was like, well, the guy said that she's like, yeah, they're real tested, but the FISH test results usually mean that your baby's good. But I will call you in a couple weeks to tell you about your actual results. I was like, okay. So she called me within a couple weeks, and she's like, well, I have good news. Like, it looks like everything is good with baby. Like, you shouldn't have to worry or anything. And I was like, oh my gosh. Like, thank you, Lord. Oh my gosh, like, you guys have to praise God, because that is crazy. My baby was like at risk of trisomy 18, and like, that is something big, you guys. That is something huge. And like, I was just so thankful. I remember thanking him, like, thank gosh, and nothing, like, oh my gosh, I was just so thankful. And I mean, I was like, oh my gosh. And Sky was so thankful too. And I was just like, so what happened with this blood results then? Like, but he told me like the guy told me like blood results aren't always accurate and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, okay. But I wanted to make sure, but then like myself, and then so he said that I started doing good. And then I went to like a couple months, I went to my second ultrasound, you guys. And then they checked me really good. They checked me super good, because you know, when you're reset trisomy 18, they checked it really good. They said everything looked good, everything looks normal. But the only thing is that I have an off-centered umbilical cord. I was like, okay, what is that now? What is that? And it's called like a marginal cord insertion. And it's like when your umbilical cord is supposed to be centered in the on the placenta in the middle, but it's kind of to the side. And I was like, so what is? So another thing, okay, another thing. I was like, so what does that mean? And then they're like, the doctors didn't seem too worried about it. She's like, we just gotta see if the baby's growing at 32 weeks, if it's growing correctly and fine, like still growing or whatever, 10 weeks state, whatever. I was like, okay. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, like one thing after another, you guys, I don't catch a break. And then I had to do this diabetes test like what, a couple months later, and I got diabetes. I was like, can't catch a break. But it's okay, you guys. I know there's worse things that can happen there's worse things happening in the world, and I am so thankful to still be pregnant. And I am 30 weeks now, and I just pray for a healthy baby. and I'm just so, I just hope everything will be okay when I give birth. I pray and I pray and I pray that everything will be okay. I had some 3D pictures of, so if you didn't know, I am gonna name my baby girl Sarai. It's actually a biblical name. I have to get the real story on it because I heard there's like, it is biblical. My auntie told me. But also, I really liked it, but also means princess in Hebrew and something like that. But yeah, I really like that name. I really wanted a K, but I couldn't find any good K names. So I was like, Sky, you're lucky because I guess you'll get an S name. And yeah, so her name is gonna be Sarai Austria Saito. But she looks just like her, you guys. Like, well, I seen a 3D picture and she has the same nose as Kira, and like when I seen that picture, it was like a spinning image of Kira. I was like, and that's how it looked, like how Kira looked in my womb, okay? But yeah, I'm so excited for her to come. I only have a couple more months, and I just pray that everything will be okay, and I'm sure it will. So yeah, so if anybody is going through that type of stuff, it will be okay. Leave it into God's hands. He will handle all that for you. Don't forget to thank him for everything. And yeah, I just wanted to share that story because yeah, you never know what other people are going through and their experiences and stuff like that. So yeah, but I hope you guys like this video. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, I'm gonna go get Kira ready and fix my house because the kids are coming over because Sophia has school. And yeah, I gotta work out. And yeah, you wanna see my belly? This is my belly update. Like, it's definitely more rounder than, dude, my belly hella looks awesome. But yeah, it's definitely more rounder. So yeah, but I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye.